0917-307-7432 or Ana Kun Toledo, Manila Rotary Club at gmail.com, 0917-577-4958. Submission of nominations and requirements is extended to March 26, 2021.
Hello everyone, my name is Joanne. I'm the Managing Director of LHH Philippines and one of the Board of Trustees of the People Management Association of the Philippines. I'm here because I'm inviting you all to our third episode of the People Manager on Cam, happening on March 26, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. For this episode, we have 4 exciting topics again. For People Watch, we will meet the Council of the Presidential Advisors who will share with us their experience and wisdom for innovation. And for Must, we have a guest who will discuss with us sustainable recovery in the Philippines. For Anticipate This, I am so excited to have Microsoft Philippines who will share with us technological innovations that support a post-pandemic workplace. And looking forward to meeting our HR plantitas who will share with us tips in growing plants and crops at home in our Perk Your Heart segment. See you all on March 26, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. for our third episode. See you all there. Bye!
Much awaited, most coveted PMAP Awards is back. Today, we are opening the annual search for the Employer of the Year, People Manager of the Year, People Program of the Year, and the PMAP Gawad Makatao. The PMAP Awards are conferred to exceptional and purpose-driven organizations, outstanding individual practitioners, and innovative people programs that have achieved excellence and distinction in people management. The Gawad Makatao is awarded to an individual who has made an exemplary service to humanity and who excels in the delivery of civic duties. The awards recognizes organizational philosophies, practices, programs, leaders, and individuals that enable growth in people and operate with a sense of purpose for the organization, stakeholders, partners, customers, and the society at large. On its 44th year, the awards continue to be values-driven, principles-led, evidence-based, innovation-enabled, and outputs-oriented. The question for you is, do you have what it takes to be a PMAP awardee? Cast your nominations now. 2021 PMAP Awards Digital, promoting people first practices in the midst of a pandemic. For more information, connect with Kat Geronimo Awards at pmap.org.ph, katgeronimo.pmap@gmail.com, 0917-307-7432. Submission of data forms close on March 30, 2021. I know you know. You've seen it, experienced it, affected by it. Of course, it's hard. But this is an invitation to change it, to bounce back, to feel the inspiration. Masyado ka nang apektado para tumigil pa. Ngayon, oras na para sa mas mataas na antas ng pagbabalik at pagbabago. The hashtag business better than usual. Oo naman, aangat ka, aangat tayo. Buong Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, kaisa sa pagbangon at pagbabago. The 58th PMAP Annual Conference, Angat, leading people to higher ground. Be the soul of change. Be the driver of encouragement. Be the fuel of moving forward. Angat, leading people to higher ground. The 58th PMAP Annual Conference. Dahil mas personal na ang trabaho ngayon. From the Rotary Club of Manila and RC Manila Foundation, People Management Association of the Philippines, Department of Labor and Employment, comes the annual search for the outstanding workers of the Republic. The Tower Awards is conferred to non-supervisory employees for their exceptional, original, and significant innovations in the workplace. Kilala mo na kung sino? Ibida ang iyong katrabaho. Nominations are now open. The Outstanding Workers of the Republic Awards para sa mga organisasyong nagtataguyod ng dangal ng trabaho, pagpupugay sa galing ng manggagawang Pilipino. The Outstanding Workers of the Republic Awards, promoting the dignity of labor amid the pandemic. For more information, connect with Kat Geronimo Awards at pmap.org.ph, katgeronimo.pmap@gmail.com, 0917-307-7432, or Ana Kun Toledo, Manila Rotary Club at gmail.com, 0917-577-4958. Submission of nominations and requirements is extended to March 26, 2021.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joanne. I'm the Managing Director of LHH Philippines and one of the Board of Trustees of the People Management Association of the Philippines. I'm here because I'm inviting you all to our third episode of the People Manager on Cam, happening on March 26, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. For this episode, we have four exciting topics again. For People Watch, we will meet the Council of the Presidential Advisors who will share with us their experience and wisdom for innovation. And for Must, we have a guest who will discuss with us sustainable recovery in the Philippines. For Anticipate This, I am so excited to have Microsoft Philippines who will share with us technological innovations that support a post pandemic workplace. And looking forward to meeting our HR plantitas who will share with us tips in growing plants and crops at home in our Perk Your Heart segment. See you all on March 26, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. for our third episode. See you all there. Bye.
Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's session, the 2021 Salary and Benefits Benchmarking. And before we start with our program, let's spend a few minutes for a prayer before we proceed.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it's in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
All right, thank you so much. And good morning once again. Thank you for joining us in today's session. Before we officially start, I'd like to share with you that we have a few guidelines. So if you have questions, you may use the chat box, and you may also utilize our Q&A chat box and post your questions from there, and our research team will go over that and share also with our facilitator. We are also aware that before this pandemic started, the salary and benefits compensation survey is a must, and it is a needed item in our organization. So I'd like to introduce myself first. I'm Sarah Niguas from the Center for Research and Publication of the People Management Association. We are all aware that the pandemic continues to affect our daily lives and interrupt our ways of doing work. More and more businesses are facing hardships and unprecedented struggles, whether it's a shortfall on revenue due to the struggling economy or difficulty transitioning employees to a work from home environment. But still, organizations are on their toes in keeping their business afloat and making sure that employees are motivated. So we at the Center for Research and Publications of PMAP thought that this is a critical time to go over your own business compensation strategies and understand how exactly the pandemic affected the compensation and benefits landscape of the market, both in regards to immediate considerations and what lies ahead in the future. There are also hard questions that we need to ask in these times of pandemic. What should we forego? What should we retain? Is there a need for us to innovate and develop and sustain new practices in the light of the pandemic? So in this session, we'll go over these aspects. And to help us, I'd like to introduce to you our facilitator for this morning. Our webinar facilitator is a full-time human resources consultant whose specialization is in the field of organization and compensation management. He has done extensive consulting engagements in compensation management, specifically in the areas of job evaluation, design of salary structures, salary and benefit survey, variable pay plans, performance management system, and competency development program. Prior to his capacity as full-time HR consultant, he has held several positions in various companies, namely, he's the Vice President for Human Resources in HSBC, Alcatel Philippines, Sterling Tobacco Corporation, and he was also the Director for Strategic Compensation and Systems of the ABS-CBN Broadcasting Corporation. He has obtained a bachelor's degree in behavioral sciences major in psychology and has completed a foreign postgraduate course in management development program. He is an active member of PMAP, our in-house consultant, and he is also our focal project lead for the salary and benefits survey this year. For the information of everyone, this is going to be our third cycle in conducting the salary survey. He has also conducted various training programs in the areas of compensation management, job evaluation, design of salary structures, total rewards management, among others. He is also a duly certified total rewards professional and earned his certification from the ASEAN Institute of Total Rewards in Singapore in 2017. So friends, I hope that you will utilize this time to ask questions. Do not be shy in raising your questions if you have one. And even if he goes along in his presentation, you may raise those questions. So help me welcome, let us give a digital warm of applause to Mr. Bobby Marquez, our facilitator for today. Sir Bobby.
Thank you, Sarah. How about my volume? Can you hear me well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then that's good, no? Okay. So I'm trying to show my face to our participants, but eventually I'll put off my video so that this will not run in conflict with the bandwidth that we have. Because we know that when videos are open, the bandwidth suffers, no? Okay. So welcome everyone, and thank you for your participation, for attending our webinar today, the topic of which is all about salary and benefits benchmarking. Now, for the info of our participants, we are holding this webinar because, as Sarah mentioned a while ago, this is the third year, no? This is the third year run of our salary and benefits survey. And of course, we deemed it appropriate to have this webinar for us to know what is exactly the value of having a salary survey report, or what we call salary market data, no? When we do our benchmarking initiatives. So for today, let me stop my video and I'll start opening my file. Okay. Okay, so can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are all familiar that PMAP is very active conducting webinar learning sessions. We have been doing this for several topics. This is an ongoing initiative of PMAP, webinar sessions. And for today, we are very pleased, no, to, to conduct this webinar for you. Okay. The 2021 PMAP Salary and Benefits Survey, it's all about how to do the survey, how to do benchmarking, and how to gain practical applications and insights. So let me talk about some introductory perspectives. And by the way, we encourage our participants, no? If you have questions, please feel free to raise your question or questions, even if I am talking, so that the momentum of your question, we will not dilute the momentum of your question, and we can address those questions immediately. Okay. So we often ask this question, no? Do you pay your employees with competitive salaries and benefits? As an employer, we typically ask this question, you know, because employees' perception will always be that they are overworked and they are underpaid. Okay, so and the perspective of many companies is such that they think they are paying their people competitively. So what is being competitive? No? Okay. Maybe you will say, yes, we are paying our people competitively. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't think we are. And probably for some of you, we don't know the answer. Okay lang yun, no? Because today, we hope that we can give you both the perspectives of the art and the science, no, of learning how to defend your arguments if and when you will say you pay your people competitively vis-a-vis the market. Okay. So our objectives, number one, reasonably priced, no? Okay. We wish to come up with a very reasonably priced salary and benefits survey report that will address the needs of many of our PMAP's member companies, no, who expressed that they cannot afford the price of prohibitive salary survey. Okay. You know, because we are doing this very tedious initiative, no? In fact, doing salary and benefits survey is actually a very tedious undertaking in order to provide relevant and accurate data, because the data you will come across, the several search engines in the website, in various websites, are definitely not reliable. Because, okay, if you may ask the question why, because these are often the data coming from the perspective of the person. He may be applying for the job, no? Okay. He may be expressing his desired salary, okay, and so forth and so on. Okay. Uh, when we say integrity of the data, the methodology of getting information or data from the web, from various websites, as I said, typically expressed by the person, is exactly different from the methodology that we are doing, no? Because when we do salary and benefits survey, we centralized the responsibility of providing the data from the compensation team of the company's HR department to provide the data, to pull the data for us. And from there, we can ensure that the data that we are putting in our survey are actually ongoing ongoing data, or what we call going rates in the salary market, no? Ito yung mga actual na sweldo ng mga empleyado galing sa HR, no? Okay. Pangalawa, in order to make this fundamentally this survey a success, no? Okay. We wish to come up also with a massive information campaign through webinars like this, no? So that while we are teaching you, okay, we are also, in a way, encouraging you to participate. So that by reaching out to you, my dear friends, no, we can trigger the awareness, we can trigger your interest, no, okay, and from there, we can probably convince you, no, okay, to participate sa ating gagawing 2021 survey this year. We would like to make it simple, no? Okay. We will basically develop a user-friendly questionnaire kit so that it is easily understood. It can be accomplished easily by our participants to our survey. Of course, this is basically our commitment to uphold PMAP's seal of professionalism and integrity in handling the data, no? And of course, the strictest confidentiality of salaries and benefits data. And of course, for us to be able to sustain this, okay, be able to regularly, hindi naman actually taon-taon, ano? Okay, there is just a need for this year to have this survey done because of the pandemic and because of the aggressive movements of many innovative practices in compensation as a result of the health crisis we had, no? Okay, last year, which is still ongoing up to now. So, of course, what are the underlying principles of compensation management that we have to know, we have to understand in pursuit of benchmarking initiatives such as this, no? Okay, or I should say, benchmarking initiatives such as this. The first important principle is internal equity. This is the principle of equal pay for equal work. Therefore, more pay for more difficult work. And no less than, you know, if we say we have to pay this manager this much, we are not actually concocting, no? We are not actually fabricating. We are not just simply looking at the ceiling, you know, and the first number that comes to mind, this is your salary. Okay, because when we talk about internal equity, equal pay for equal work, more pay for more difficult work means we need to pay appropriately, no? Okay, people who are exactly performing more complex and more difficult jobs. Therefore, in principle, you have to pay your manager higher than your supervisor. and you have to pay your supervisor higher than your rank and file employee. No? And even when we talk about rank and file employees, you will all agree with me that there are level of complexities in performing rank and file jobs. No? Okay. I am an entry level rank and file, and you are a seasoned staff employee. No? Uh, you are a seasoned rank and file employee. Okay. Waiting for the right time for you to move up the corporate ladder. And therefore, by that principle of internal equity, hindi dapat pareho ang sweldo natin. So how do we know? Then we need to have a very rationalized, empirical. When we say empirical, numbers driven, no? Okay. Uh, Market information that will tell us uh, ito ang tamang going rates sa merkado, no? Okay. For these jobs. Okay. Internal equity. So how do we achieve internal equity? Through job evaluation, no? Through job measurement. We have to assess, no? We have to measure the value of the job so that we can determine its proper level in the organization. So this is the principle of internal equity. My dear friends, mahabang discussion ang internal equity, but as a principle, it's all about you are performing a more difficult work, and therefore we have to pay you appropriately, no? Corresponding to the responsibilities that you are performing. And how do we measure internal equity? As I said, through job evaluation, through job measurement process, the process of translating accurately documented job descriptions into its appropriate point value. The second principle is competitiveness. This is actually the first question. Are you competitive? Okay. Sabi ko nga, there are only three possible answers. You will tell me yes, you will tell me no, and probably I do not know. Okay. The principle of competitiveness is all about how do we pay an employee vis-a-vis the market, no? And when we talk about the market, later on we will talk about the language in terms of how we communicate salary market, and mathematically this is through percentile ranking. And when we say percentile ranking, 50th percentile or median of the salary market is generally the rule of thumb and saying ang sweldo natin ay competitive. If my salary is benchmarked to the 50th percentile or median of the market, you know. And if after doing that benchmarking, you know, you will try to calculate what is my compa ratio, because we measure competitiveness through a measurement index we call compa ratio or comparative ratio, no? And if my salary is 100%, no, is indicating 100% compa ratio, then by all means, my salary is competitive. We will be talking about this in a while. But as a matter of principle, when we talk about competitiveness, okay, we talk about ratio, okay. My present salary vis-a-vis salary market, or specifically we call it market data point. Okay. We'll talk about this in a while. Okay. The third principle is all about meritocracy. And when we talk about benchmarking, hindi naman pwede na, you know, in pursuit of determining if we are competitive or not, lahat ng empleyado mo ay i-benchmark mo sa 50th percentile or median ng market. Yung tinatawag nating competitive pay line of the market. Hindi naman pwede, no? Why? Because ang performance level ng mga empleyado natin ay hindi naman pare-pareho. There are employees, indeed, whom we assess as best performers. And there are those who are probably above average. Merong average performers, no? At meron din namang non-performer. Okay. So by virtue of this principle we call meritocracy or effective delivery of performance by our employees, hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na pare-pareho ang benchmarking na gagawin natin. Hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na lahat dapat i-benchmark sa 50th percentile or median ng salary market. Because the principle of meritocracy is all about performance differentiation. That's why in our HR, no? Okay, there is such this discipline we call performance management system, no? If you are using your balance scorecard, no? If you're using your KPIs, okay, then these are, of course, the methodology in order for us also, no, to be able to measure meritocracy in the workplace. And of course, return on investment, you know, by the way, my dear friends, don't ever forget, no, that we are working in a company. Okay. Companies are driven by business goals. Business goals are driven by profit. So hindi tayo charitable institution or institutions, if I may say. Okay. Our companies exist fundamentally in order to generate revenue. Therefore, anything and everything that we do, especially in compensation. Why? Because salaries and wages being the single biggest component of our, what we call, operating expense. No? Therefore, anything and everything that we do, kinakailangan ay base sa ating budget. No? Okay? Can we afford? Okay? Because at the end of the day, everything has to go back to our ROI, no? To our investment. Okay? That's why we're saying people are our most valuable assets because they will generate revenue for the company. And napaka-importante na lahat ng ginagawa natin sa compensation management ay merong kaukulan. Okay. Okay. There is a respective consideration in terms of what is our budget. So these are the 4 important principles. Okay. No? Okay. Therefore, survey will be very, very important when we talk about the principle of competitiveness. Okay. Meritocracy. And of course, ROI. Okay. These are the 4 important principles of compensation management. Now, so after we have discussed some fundamental perspectives, okay, I would like to talk about the part 2 of our webinar today, collection of salary and benefits market data. Okay. Itong salary and benefits survey report that we are doing, okay, typically comes in 3 parts. Part 1 of this is the survey on cash compensation. The survey, the part 2 of this, okay, is all about survey on compensation practices. And actually, part 2 is actually the trigger objective of why we are conducting our 2021 salary and benefits survey. Because after we have experienced the pandemic last year, which is, as I said, we all know, okay, uh, continuing up to this time, okay, uh, there are so many innovative compensation practices that have evolved. Mhm. And we would like also to take this opportunity to put this in our survey and even in our benefits practices. Okay. So these are the three components of our survey report. Now, so what is a salary market? Okay. Okay. Because we're talking about 2021 salary and benefits survey report. And when we talk about salary and benefits survey report, we are actually surveying the going rates of salaries, compensation practices, and benefits in the salary market. Okay. So what is a salary market? This is your organization's salary market as defined is an organization's salary market is typically defined as follows. Okay. Number one, from which employees can be recruited. Saan ba tayo kumukuha ng empleyado? Saan ba tayo nag-hire? Okay. And then number two, organizations from which employees are lost. Saan naman sila nagpupunta? Kung saan kung aalis sila sa ating kumpanya. Okay. Now, therefore, when we talk about salary market, we need to basically understand ano ba ang industry ng ating kumpanya. No? Because if you belong to a banking industry, okay, if you are a metro bank, for example, then you belong to the banking industry. Okay. If you are a teletech, for example, no? Okay, you are a BPO, right? No? And so forth and so on. Therefore, if you are a bank, if you are looking for qualified and experienced tellers, for example, saan ka kukuha niyan if you are a metro bank, no? From the other commercial banks like BPI, BDO, for example. Okay? Hindi ka pwedeng kumuha ng teller sa manufacturing and consumer company. Hindi ka makakakuha niyan sa pharma, no? Okay. And if you are a BPO and you're looking for, again, qualified call center representative, no? Okay, you can get this from another BPO. No? And you all know that in the BPO industry right now, there's still this waging talent war, no? Ongoing talent war. Okay. And if you are a pharmaceutical company, again, you are looking for a qualified and experienced med rep, no? Okay. You can only hire from another pharma company. Okay. So we all know that the process of sourcing, no? The process of attracting qualified and competent employees is very highly dependent in terms of how competitive we are in the salary market. That's why it is very important for us to do a survey in order for us to put this in a very empirical, no, research-based approach where integrity of the data is basically assured. Okay. So, but based on our experience, salary market can also be defined in this manner. Therefore, there is actually a third bullet here. No? Based on our experience, if we are talking of positions, no? Okay, coming from what we call uh, like for example HR, no? They typically call this shared services, no? Okay, or another way of calling this is staff functions, no? Corporate staff functions like HR, like finance, no? Even marketing. Okay. If you are a BPO, for example, no, and you're looking for a top-notch HR manager, while you have preference for an HR manager coming from the same industry, but if during the interview you come across a very, no, a top-notch candidate from a pharma, and you know that this talent can bring to your company, okay, valuable sets of best practices she has earned while working in a multinational pharma company, baka yan ang kunin mo, no? So therefore, what we're saying, for staff corporate positions, for typically shared services positions, okay, this is not typically industry specific, no? Okay. Tantamount to saying, you can hire across industries. Okay, so this is our definition of salary market. So, how do we do this survey? Okay. Madalas, okay, inuutusan kayo ng top management. Can you please do a survey of these positions? No? Okay. Ang ibig sabihin yan yung tinatawag nating self and jointly conducted survey. We are given specific instructions from the top, no? Okay, for us to get, no, ongoing rates for a specific position, for a specific job. Today, we will try to teach you how to calculate that, no? But the many frustrations, no, the frustrations of many from our HR friends is actually the difficulty of doing this because wala tayong network, no? Pero I'm telling you, if you have a good network, napakadaling gawin ito, no? So for example, ang alam ko na isang industry na napakalakas ng kanilang networking ay ang semiconductor industry, you know. Okay. Because I used to work in my previous career history, I used to work with a multinational semicon, okay, and I experienced how active the network, the association is. And in view of that, you can easily call your friends, no? Because you have monthly meetings, no? You know the HR from the different organizations, different companies, and therefore it's easy for you to call kasi naging kaibigan mo na. Okay. So, importante dito ang network. Okay. And I'm telling you, you can do it, no? After this webinar, I know you will be able to put data together for specialized survey positions. Off the shelf, pwede tayong sumali, no, sa mga third party na nagko-conduct ng survey like itong gagawin ng PMAP ngayon, no? This is what we call third-party survey. Meron din ganito ang mga multinational data service providers like Willis Towers and Mercer, no? But the heartache of many, napakamahal, no? Okay, others can't afford. That's why, kanina, yun ang unang-una nating objective. Gumawa ng isang study, isang research study, survey, pero kinakailangan affordable. Okay. Because yung mga third party ay napakamahal. Okay. The third methodology of doing this is customized. Okay. You will compare, no, your company to your direct comparators. Okay. Sa PMAP, madalas kaming i-request, no, ng mga companies na gumawa ng mga special salary surveys. Okay. At sila rin ang tumutulong sa amin kung sino yung mga dapat naming i-top, no? And bakit kinakailangan i-course through PMAP? Okay, because nakakasiguro yung mga participants na sasali na yung mga information ay hindi magli-leak, no? We can guarantee the confidentiality of the data. That's why companies are also confident, no, to share the data with us, because we can guarantee that the data, we can guarantee the integrity of the data. No? May mga ganito kaming mga services sa PMAP. We are approached, no, by other companies to help them do the customized third party. Sila rin yung magsasabi sa amin kung sino-sino yung mga companies na gusto nilang i-target. No? Sila na rin ang nanliligaw. Dahil mga kaibigan din nila ito eh. No? Okay? Pero kahit kaibigan mo, lalong-lalo na pagka medyo sensitibo na yung information, okay? Especially if you're doing this in quite a big number of, example, you're doing this for all managers, no? Pag paisa-isa, madaling tumawag eh, no? Pero pagka maramihan na, okay, nagkakaroon na ng reservations kahit kaibigan mo, okay? But if you will course it through third party, then the initiative becomes workable. So these are the methodologies that are typically used in the market. Okay. So, yung ating part 1, which is cash compensation, ang i-cover nito ay base salaries in the labor market. Malalaman natin magkano yung going rates sa merkado. Okay? Okay. Part 2 of this, compensation practices. This will cover relevant compensation practices that are currently implemented in various organizations. Okay? Such as but not limited to the following. No? Okay. Ito rin yung rason ngayon kung bakit gusto nating i-update itong survey, because we know maraming mga innovative practices na nangyari last year which we would like to capture sa ating 2021 survey. And definitely, this can only turn into reality if we can generate cooperation from our participants. That's why we're talking to you. Okay. And of course, benefits practices. Okay. Like the de minimis, okay. Other fringe benefits, no, that are typically available in the market. Okay. Such as, but again, not limited to the following. Okay. Okay. So, when we talk about doing the survey, okay, we are fundamentally talking of collecting salary market data. No? Okay. we are talking to you today, okay? We are trying to solicit your cooperation, your interest, okay? Should we be able to convince you to participate, we will be sending you, as I said, the user-friendly salary and benefit questionnaire, the kit, no? Okay. When you accomplish that, and when you are done with it, no, you will submit it to us, and that is basically the 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 portion on what we call the portion on the collection of salary and benefits information or salary and benefits data. No? Okay? So naglabas tayo ng questionnaire. Okay? Sa inyo. Okay. Sasagutan ninyo 'yon. Ito yung best control, no? Why we are saying we can assure you why the data, no? Why we can assure you of the integrity of the data. Ang data ay nanggaling sa HR, no? Okay? Because yung mga nasa iba't ibang websites, okay, hindi natin alam ang methodology, no? And often, the data presented, yung sweldo na desired salary ko. Kaya normally mataas yan eh. That's why a lot of companies are not confident using that as a what we call reliable point for purposes of benchmarking. Okay. Now, going back, no? Okay. Merong kumbaga caretaker of the data, HR, compensation, sila ang mag-accomplish ng data because they know kung ano ang going rates ng mga empleyado. Okay? Therefore, they are the right person to accomplish the survey kit. Okay. Kaya nga sabi natin, doon pa lang sa proseso na yon, no? Na nakakasiguro tayo na walang self-vested interest sa paglalagay ng mga salary information. Yan ang tinatawag nating integrity of the process. No? Okay. Yung iba kasi skeptical, no? Baka daw hindi accurate yung data, baka daw tampered yung data. Okay. Pero I am very highly confident sa disiplina ng ating mga HR, lalong-lalo na pagdating sa sweldo, no? Okay. Because kung ang ating HR hindi marunong ng confidentiality, ako sa aking palagay, no? Hindi siya dapat sa HR. Okay. No? I'm sorry to say this because tayo ang unang-unang pinagkakatiwalaan ng mga salary information and dapat we have to live up to that expectation, to that reputation of integrity in the organization. You know, coming from there, taking off from there, you know, kaya sinasabi ko na the integrity of the information is guaranteed because napagkakatiwalaan tayong mga HR. So, nakolekta natin yung data. Correct? No? Okay. Therefore, we will tabulate the data. And of course, once we have the data coming from you, submitted to us, okay, this is what we call synthesizing. No? Okay. So we have to do this process of synthesizing salary and benefits market data. Okay. How to do that? Ito na yung tinatawag nating benchmarking. Okay. Okay. How do we do the synthesis? Through benchmarking. Okay. So what is benchmarking? Okay. Benchmarking is the process of measuring the performance of your company's products, okay, services, processes against those of another business considered to be the best in class. Okay. Ganito kami, BPO kami. Ganito kami magpasweldo. Pero ang mga empleyado namin, hindi tumatagal, umaalis because competitive daw sa ibang BPO. Okay. So, nag-aalala ka because that's brain drain. Okay? Nauubos ang tao mo. Okay? Therefore, napaka-importanting mag-benchmark. Okay? And when you talk about benchmarking, pagdating na sa mga sweldo, hindi natin magagawa ang benchmarking kung wala tayong salary market data. No? And therefore, through measurement and acceptable quantitative methods, the objective of benchmarking is to identify internal opportunities for improvement. How do we do that? By identifying gaps. Okay? Ang sabi nga ni Peter Drucker, if we cannot measure it, we cannot improve on it. No? Therefore, when you say competitive ba tayo, we cannot rely on perception. We need to measure competitive ba tayo o hindi. Okay? Because if we cannot prove that, then we cannot improve. And we will continue to suffer the brain drain of the organization taking place. Okay. Therefore, what are some of the benchmarking guidelines? You have to know your company. Okay. Of course, you know your company. But, sequel to this is, which industry do you belong? No? Okay. Kayo ba ay BPO, banking, mining, manufacturing, retail, engineering, etc.? We have to know that. No? What is your company size? Okay. In terms of revenue, in terms of employee size. Therefore, what we are just simply saying, if you are a rural bank, you cannot compare to a commercial bank. Simple lang yan, no? Okay. So if you are a local pharma company with a revenue size of this much, you cannot compare your company, no, to the giant multinationals. Okay. Kasi marami tayong mga ano ngayon no? Mga maliliit na pharmaceutical companies. No? Lalong-lalo na last year, no? Maraming nagtayo ng kumpanya ng manufacturing ng alcohol, no? Mga hygiene products because of the demands of the time, no? Okay. Pero hindi mo pwedeng ikumpara ang sarili mo sa Pfizer, sa Glaxo, no? Okay. Therefore, when you talk about benchmarking, remember this, apple to apple, no? Okay. Kaya nga marami tayong mga experiences. Kakausapin ka ng empleyado mo, ma'am, yung kaibigan ko lumipat ng kumpanya, doble sweldo. Okay. Yung empleyado mo ngayon, okay, insinuating na dapat taasan ang sweldo niya. Dahil ang kaibigan niya, nakalipat sa isang kumpanya, dumoble ang sweldo. Okay. Mag-ingat tayo, no? Okay. In jumping into the bandwagon, so to speak. Because saan bang kumpanya nagpunta? Okay. Kayo ba ay apple to apple in terms of revenue size and employee size? No? Dahil kung ang kumpanya mo ay ganito ang revenue at employee size, yung kanyang kaibigan ay nagpunta sa isang multinational, that's not, that's not the correct way, no? Okay? That is not a rational process of doing your benchmarking. Okay? And of course, when you talk about benchmarking, Sino-sino ba yung mga target comparators mo? Okay. Like what I said kanina, if you are a BDO, Banco de Oro, okay, your target comparators, your direct competitors sa industriya ay BPI, Security Bank, no? Metro Bank, maybe UCPB, okay? And the rest. Kailangan meron tayong very rationalized way, no? Okay, of doing our benchmarking. Okay. Kailangan nating gumawa ng tinatawag na functional benchmarking guidelines, yung ating internal equity, you know. Kasi again, managers, no? Sa mga kumpanya ninyo, you will agree with me, merong, sabihin na lang natin, for purpose of discussion, may junior level, may senior level, no? Again, hindi natin pwedeng tingnan yan, no? Sa merkado na HR manager lang, no? Because may mga junior manager, may mga senior manager. And in many organizations, may mga junior manager, HR, reporting to a senior manager, HR. So therefore, again, the principle of internal equity is saying, hindi dapat pareho ang... Kaya titingnan mo yung junior manager doon sa benchmark ng salary market for the junior level manager. Okay? At of course, in various disciplines. Okay. I will showcase, no, an example later. Okay. So how do we do this? Okay. Benchmarking is typically done mathematically by way of comparing your internal, no, leveling to the external salary market. As I said kanina, through the language, mathematically we call market pay lines or percentile. No? Okay. Meron tayong tinatawag na 10th percentile, no? 25th, 50th percentile or median. Ito yung competitive pay line of the market. Dito natin typically bine-benchmark yung mga mahuhusay nating empleyado. No? 75th percentile is typically our benchmark for executive, no, for the C-suite. At ito namang 90th percentile, ito na yung talaga yung super max, no? Okay. So how do we synthesize the data, no? Okay. Let me show you an example. Okay. Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Naka-flash ba yung Excel file?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, sa aming experience, no, although may software na kami, okay, sa PMAP, okay, but the fundamental mathematics of that software is through this formula, no, na nakikita nyo rito. No? Okay. DP, ito yung tinatawag nating desired percentile. Okay. And ito yung total number of salary observations. One is a constant. 100 is also a constant. Just to give you an idea kung paano namin ito ginagawa. Okay. Lakihan ko lang for your benefit. Okay. So let us apply the formula, no? Okay. If we are calculating 10th percentile, the value of your DP, desired percentile is 10. No? Okay? Sabi nga ng formula mo, times, okay? How many observations do we have? Number of observations, ito yung total data collected for a specific survey position. No? Okay. Like for example, ito, nag-survey tayo ng production manager. Naglabas tayo ng questionnaire. Okay. We're able to collect total of 23. No? 23 salary data sa labor market. Okay? Okay. So, yun yung value ng N, 23. Okay? Sabi nga natin, constant yung 1, constant yung 100. Okay. The value of the 10th percentile is 2. No? So, ito yung iyong 10th percentile. Okay. Okay? 10p. So kukunin ko to. Okay. So ang sinasabi, ang 10th percentile ng production manager sa merkado ay 72. Okay. No? Okay. What about 25th? So we calculate 25th percentile para ma-fill up natin itong portion na ito. 25. Okay. Times ilan ang ating data? 23, no? Okay. Plus 1 over 100. So the value of your 10th percentile is 6. Okay? So ito. Okay? This is your 25th percentile. I'm just sharing with you, no, kung paano namin sinisynthesize ang data. Okay. So gamitin ko ng formula. Okay. So ito ay magiging 50th. No? So 12 ang ating 50th percentile. Okay. So by putting a rationalized process such as this, okay, 75th percentile is 18, no? $98. And of course, ito ay 90th, no? Okay. 21.6 or 22. Okay. This is your 90th. Okay. $110. Okay. Kunin natin yung average. Okay. Okay. So anong ibig sabihin niyan, ano? Okay. Kinolekta natin yung data. Okay. we synthesize the data. Okay? When we say synthesize the data, ginamitan natin ng mga mathematical applications. Okay? At na-summarize natin. No? Okay. Sabi nga natin kanina, percentile ranking, when you talk about salary benchmarking, ito yung ating language in order for us to be able to communicate. No? Okay. So anong ibig sabihin nito? Okay. 50th percentile or median. Okay. Nakita natin na 85,700. Okay. Ang 50th percentile going rate sa merkado for production manager. This is not current dated, no? Okay. Hindi ito 2021 data. Matagal na to. Okay. Hindi ito updated. We're putting this for purposes of example. So therefore, using that baseline year, okay, ang sinasabi natin, you will be able to hire a top-notch production manager, no? By offering something like 85,700. Okay. So, kumbaga parang meron kang ano rito, no? Okay. Your discretion will also tell you maybe anything from 85,000 to 90,000. Okay. So, this also means na if you have a top-notch production manager in your company, no? At ang sweldo ay sabihin natin na 75,000. Okay. Yan ang sweldo. Okay. Ang sabi nga natin, is my salary competitive? Therefore, let us calculate the comparison. No? Okay. 75 over this one. Dahil sabi natin, ano siya? Okay. Mahusay na empleyado. Comparison is 88. No? Therefore, you have a gap of 12% para maging competitive ang sweldo niya. Okay. So, by absolute number, okay, kulang ka ng 10,700. At itong 10,700 na ito, no, 10,000 to 15,000, no, if you wish to make it 85 to 90, malaking bagay ito. No? If you have a top-notch production manager receiving 75K at yan ay inoferan ng competitor mo ng 90,000, ano sa palagay mo ang gagawin yan? No? Mag-iisip na mabuti yan. Okay? Ito yung sinasabi nating, do we pay our people competitively vis-a-vis the market? Okay. Yes? No? Now we can take away the question mark, no? Because you know, if you are paying your people competitively vis-a-vis the market, but, you know, very crucial here, my dear friends, yung iyong salary market data. That information will be very, very critical. That 85,700 or 90,000, no, will be very, very crucial in order for you to be able to say that ang sweldo ko ay competitive. Ang sweldo ko ay hindi competitive. Okay. So, I'll go back and I will continue with my PowerPoint. Okay. Naka-flash na ba yung PowerPoint? Okay.
Yes, sir. We can see your presentation.
Okay. Okay. So I have given you a very quick analysis, no, of. So how do we analyze? Okay. We can do our analysis taking into consideration the components of total rewards. Level 1, base salary. Yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, base salary. Okay? Na-compare natin, yung compare ratio ay 88%. But that's not enough, my dear friends. Okay. What about level 2? Ito yung tinatawag nating guaranteed pay. Kasama dito ang 13th month pay, pero alam din natin na maraming kumpanya, aside from 13th month pay, nagbibigay sila ng mga 14th month, 15, etc. No? So how we wish, we are working with yung mga ganyang kumpanya. No? Okay. Level 3, ito na yung ating benefits and perks. And therefore, we need to know how to monetize the value of our benefits. Level 4, ito yung tinatawag nating variable pay. Ito yung mga performance bonus. No? As opposed to the guaranteed, ito ay variable. Ito ay driven by your profit. No? Kaya malamang nung nakaraang taon, nag-suffer ang mga performance for us to look at the TAC, the sum total. Okay. Now, because when you talk about analysis of total rewards, we look at your comparison. Ito yung na-ano ko kanina, na-demonstrate ko. No? We look at your base salary. Okay. Vis-a-vis the market. Okay. Another way of looking at how do you analyze your total rewards, no? Your pay mix, no? Your compensation mix. Okay. So the ratio, no, of the different levels to your TAC. Let me show you an example of this, no? Okay. Let's go to some applications and insights. Okay. Let me stop sharing this file. I'll show you another document. Okay. Okay. If we're talking of application and insights, okay. Let's use HR manager senior level as an example. So this is your company, no? Okay. Naka-flash na ba yung Excel spreadsheet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Senior manager sa kumpanya mo. Okay. Senior manager din sa iyong benchmark company, no? Okay. We are making a comparison here lang, no? Okay. Ang sweldo sa kumpanya mo ay 115 monthly, no? Okay. Ito yung level 1. Base salary. Okay. Annually times 12, no? Okay. Okay. I-hide ko muna ito para makapokus tayo rito. Okay. And then level 2, guaranteed. Ibig sabihin, 13th month pay lang ito. Okay? Level 3, we monetize, no, the value of the different benefits. When you talk about HMO, ang kino-cost natin dito yung ano, ang kinukwenta natin dito yung cost ng premium, no? Okay. Okay. Life insurance, okay. The value of 15 days BL and SL, okay. I arrive at this much using a divisor of 261, no? Okay. Meaning, ang kumpanya na ito ay pumapasok ng 5 days a week. Okay. Yan, no? Okay. So therefore, pagdating sa baba, ito yung kanyang total, no? Okay. Total ng kanyang benefits and perks. Okay. Ito yung kanyang nabigyan siya ng 3 months na variable na performance bonus. Okay. Okay. So and then ito yung total niya. Okay. Annual total, no? Summation of level 1, 2, 3, 4 at yung 5, level 5 yung total. Let's look at the compensation mix, no? Okay. When you talk about compensation mix or pay mix, ito yung ratio na makikita natin, competitive ba tayo sa iba't ibang level ng compensation. Dito talagang mataas ang base niya. Okay? Look at the ratio ng benefit, 16. Okay. Hindi yan mataas. No? Okay. If you will look at the compa ratio, okay, yung kanyang base salary, 105, no? Mataas ang kanyang base, no? Pero pagka tinignan mo yung kanyang total na TAC, 93. Ayan. And the compa ratio ng TAC, kino-confirm din yung ratio ng benefits to TIC, mababa, no? So nakakakita ka ng consistency. Okay. So this is how you analyze, no? Okay. Now, ito namang si company A, another source of information. Okay. 105 ang kanyang base, no? Okay. The significant comparison here is ito kasing si HR manager. Meron siyang transportation allowance, no? Whereas itong sa kabila may car plan, no? Okay. Ito yung value ng kanyang car plan, no? So the face value of the car plan is 800,000, no? 70% is 70-30 sharing, no? 70 ang sagot ng kumpanya, yung 30 ay sa empleyado. Because ang kumpanya na ito ay car plan, no? Itong example na ito. Kasi ang car plan sa mga kumpanya, pwedeng company car, pwedeng car plan, pwedeng car allowance, no? Ito yung mga common practices. Okay. So ito yung cost ng kumpanya annually, no? Okay. So pagka tinuos mo yung kanyang total, ang kanyang TAC, mataas ang TAC niya, no? Kahit mababa ang kanyang base salary ng konti, no? So if you will look at tingnan mo yung kanyang ratio ng benefits, no? Mas mataas kaysa sa isang kumpanya. And look at this. Ang kanyang comparison ng base salary niya 96, pero ang kanyang total na TAC ay competitive, no? 102, no? Okay. Many companies, while we look at base, no? At one point, okay, we look at the TAC. Okay. Many companies do that, no? Pero I also know of companies na gusto lang nilang mag-compare sa basic. Your pay philosophy, okay? If that is the direction of the company, then but what we're sharing with you here are typical applications and insights in terms of how do we analyze compensation. Okay. Okay. So with this, okay, actually that's the end of our presentation. Okay. We have we have exceeded the time, and we wish to proceed to our Q&A. Okay. No? When we talk about Q&A, we will ask you, pero uunahin muna naming sagutin yung may mga nagpadala ng mga questions. No? Okay. Some of our participants, I do not know if you're here. No? Okay. The first question is, any recommended benchmarking sites that is reliable and accurate? We don't recommend benchmarking sites, no? Okay. Dahil ang sabi ko nga kanina, ang mga salary data sa mga websites, sa mga benchmarking sites, if we wish to call it that way, ay galing sa perspective ng empleyado. And that is not a reliable point for benchmarking given our guidelines. No? Okay. What are the related salary and benefits trends, no, during this crisis? Okay. I have a summary of this, no, which I will show in a while. Okay. Which I will discuss in a while. Okay. This time of pandemic, what are the possible adjustments or additional benefits an employer can provide to their employees? Okay. I did a cursory check, no? Okay, with our students in compensation management, and some of the popular benefits practices that evolved during the pandemic. Number one, okay, kahit hindi mga frontliners, no, may mga kumpanya na nagbigay ng hazard pay. Okay, hazard pay is one. Pangalawa, may mga companies na nagbigay ng shuttle service at certain defined pick-up points. No? Okay. Para ma-avoid yung public commuting. Okay. Okay. Number 3, may mga kumpanya na nag-designate, no, ng hindi man exactly catering, no? Okay. Na dinideliver na yung pagkain every lunch. Okay. To avoid again the possibility of contamination. Kumbaga, kung ano man isang accredited if you may call it a canteen or a food provider or ano, okay. May mga, because yung isa kong kliyente, ganyan ang ginawa nila, no? Okay. They commissioned one company, dinideliver ang lunch. Okay. That's one, no? Okay. Pang-apat, okay. Vitamin supplements are available in the workplace. Okay. Okay. But I'm telling you, the most common that happened last year, yung tinatawag na moratorium. Moratorium. Kaya nung gumawa kami ng IR, it's one of mga programs ng PMAP, no? Okay. I was requested to talk about compensation in a pandemic, no? So, nung pinag-uusapan namin ito, dahil lahat ng kumpanya halos ay nag-implement ng moratorium, ang sabi naman natin, no? Let us reverse, no? Okay. Let us look at the other side of the coin, no? Kung may mga kumpanya na sinasabing nalugi, hindi, may mga kumpanya na hindi nalugi during the pandemic. May mga kumpanya na okay ang kanilang negosyo. Wait lang, no? I have to charge my laptop. At yeah, okay. Okay. May mga kumpanya na hindi naman nalugi. Yung iba nga kumita eh, no? Okay, the crest of the pandemic. Kaya nga sabi natin, uh, let us look at where you are, no? In the matrix. If you are a small size companies highly affected by the pandemic, yung iba nga nagsara na eh. Wala tayong magagawa ron, no? Pero may mga malalaking kumpanya, na wag naman kayo mag-moratorium. Ito yung ating sinabi sa ating symposium during that time, no? Okay. Ito rin ang sasabihin natin ngayon. Okay? Na kung yung mga kumpanya ninyo ay okay naman, hindi naman apektuhan ng pandemic, kung in fact yung negosyo ninyo ay well patronized during the crisis, no? The pharmaceutical, no? Yung mga healthcare products, okay? Wag naman, right? No? Okay. Number 4, what is the control in place to ensure confidentiality of our salary information? Ang unang-unang control point dito tayo sa HR, no? Kaya nga in my CCM class, before I talk about benchmarking, I talk about psychological desensitization, no? Okay. Ang ibig kong sabihin doon, dapat tayo sa HR, when I say desensitized, hindi na tayo dapat, manhid na tayo sa data, no? And the proof of the pudding is in the eating, as they say. Okay? Tayo dapat ang unang-unang pinagkakatiwalaan sa kumpanya when it comes to confidential matters, especially salary. In fact, for us, no, HR, salaries are not just confidential. Salaries are sacred information, sagrado, no? Na hindi lamang itinatago, kung hindi very highly respected. Now, okay, if we have that, no? If we have that seal of integrity, that reputation in the organization, that is the basic control. In fact, hindi natin kailangan ng control eh. No? Nasa system yan eh. Okay? And the system is tinatawag nating full proof, as we call it. Pag lumalabas yan, tao ang naglalabas niyan. Okay? So, kinakailangan sa HR, tayo ang unang-unang control point. Because pag yung mga tao sa shop floor, no, ay nagpakitaan ng kanilang mga payslips, that is beyond our control. Okay? Kahit sabihin mo sa kanila na bawal, no? Now, if at that level, no, wala tayong magagawa doon eh. Sila mismo ang nagsasabi na, eto sweldo ko, oh. Okay? Pero sa atin, dapat bawal yon. Okay? Pero kung sila na yung nagpapakitaan, nag-share ng information, that's definitely beyond our control. But our control is ourselves, our discipline. No? Okay? Tayo ang unang-una dapat na silyado ang mga bibig pagdating sa mga salary information. The proverbial over my dead body. No? When you have that discipline, I'm telling you, pagkakatiwalaan kayo ng management, ng top management. No? And what are the indicators for this? Okay. May mga top level confidential meeting sa taas, no? Nagmi-meeting ang top management. Tatawagin ka. No? Because number 1, they know you can contribute. At pangalawa, trusted ka nila. Okay? On the other way around, no? Okay. Pag pinalabas ka ng meeting, dahil mag-uusap na sila ng confidential matters, ibig sabihin nun you are not trusted. Okay? So these are, So when you talk about control, control begins with us. The discipline, the reputation of integrity. Okay. Now, what's the basis and process of salary recommendation? Okay. The basis and the process. The basis, number one, you have the salary market. Pangalawa, you have the policy. Okay. Now, sa pagbuo ng annual salary review program, no? Okay. Ang nakikita kong madalas gawin ng maraming kumpanya, okay, they draw the policy. Okay, by drawing the policy or the guidelines. Outstanding 10%, above average 8%, you know, above average 5. That is very, very wrong. You know, that is very, very wrong. In fact, you know, I had a client, yung 10, 8, 5 na yan ano na sa kumpanya, no? It's already part of the culture. Okay? When I say part of the culture, pag in-evaluate ka at ang nakuha mo outstanding, alam na nila automatic 10% ang makukuha mo. And I told them, that's very, very wrong. No? Because actually, ang driver ng salary recommendation, the overall budget, the fourth principle of ROI, your affordability. No? Okay? That is the determinant, no? Okay, ng salary recommendation process. Magkano ang budget na kaya mo? Doon ka mag-uumpisa. 6%? Okay, fine. If that is the approved budget for the year, fine. Okay. Given 6%, you can draw, my dear friends, no? You can draw different guidelines. At i-calculate mo muna kung magkano ang implication ng 10, 8, 5. For all you know, you can make it 15, 7, 3. No? Ano yung 3%? 3% is generally inflation. You know? Okay? Kaya nga, the basis and process. Okay? The basis, sabi na nga natin, market. Pangalawa, yung budget mo. At yung proseso, huwag na huwag kang gagawa ng guidelines ahead of time. No? Pag-aralan mo muna, no? Iba't ibang senaryo, iba't ibang proseso. No? And are you arriving at the same bottom line? No? Ano-ano yung mga processes na yun? Ano yung mga senaryo? Scenario A, sabi ko nga kanina, 10, 8, 5. If you want really to differentiate your best performer, your outstanding people, it can be 15, 7, 3. That's another guideline. Okay? At lahat ito pinapakita sa top management. No? At kung ano man eventually ang ma-approve na guideline, no? That is the process na dapat nating sundin. Can you cite a source on where we could seek a report for salary benchmarking? Okay. The sources are, number one, we have PMAP. No? Okay. If you have the budget, of course, alam ko, marami sa inyo, you are securing reports from Willis Towers at Mercer. Okay. If you are to ask me, and maybe other reliable sources, I just do not know if UWIT is still active doing this. No? Okay. Because they used to be active before. I still don't know if SGB, no? These are the reliable, okay, sources, no? When you talk about benchmarking. Number 7, how many took advantage of temporary wage cuts during this pandemic? While we don't have the exact number, but I'm telling you, a lot of companies took advantage, no? Because of this DOLE, no? Advisory. Okay, I forgot the number, but that is specifically article number 5, no? Inaalaw yung kumpanya na mag-implement ng temporary cuts. Okay. Okay. So, how many took advantage? Marami. maraming nagbawas ng sweldo, nagkaroon ng salary cuts, no? Okay. In fact, another client of mine did this, no? Okay. How has the pandemic affected salary and benefits scenario? Okay, dramatically. Okay. The pandemic has dramatically affected, no? Because sabi nga natin, number 7, a lot took advantage of this what we call temporary wage cuts, no? But on the flip side, so many novel ideas of addressing benefits have happened. Okay. Now, before I say thank you, I will go back to the other question na iniwanan ko, no? Okay. I'll just exit for a while, no? Okay. Okay, no? So, if I may say, no, what is the scenario, no? If I may answer that question from the perspective of what is the scenario, no, of Comp and Ben under the evolving new normal, no? Okay. Because I would like to answer that question rephrasing that question into what is the future, no, of Comp and Ben under the evolving new normal. Okay. Number 1, okay. The changing health, well-being behaviors of employees and even consumers, no? Okay. That will pressure companies and management to adopt more proactive healthcare benefits. Mag-evolve ang healthcare benefits, no? Kaya nga ngayon ang nakikita ko yung mga nagre-renew, no? Nagre-renew, they are already factoring in the vaccine, no? They are already factoring in COVID-related, no? Coverage for the HMO, you know, things like this. Okay. Dahil kumbaga this pandemic caught us you know, na hindi tayo ready, right? No? So so under the evolving new normal, no? The health and well-being patterns, okay, will dramatically change. That's one. Pangalawa, there will be, I'm not reading my crystal ball, huh? Okay. Number 2, prioritizing and driving digital timekeeping, no? And payroll processes to meet the increasing demand for remote online banking, no? Okay. Touchless, kumbaga digitalize, okay? Kumbaga remote and online banking solutions na lahat ay depindot na digital, no? Okay. Kahit yung ATM na typically na pinipindot-pindot mo yung ATM na kukuha ka ng pera, there has to be safeguards to that, no? Okay. So there has to be a dramatic technology to make that happen. Okay. Number 3, rapid transition to flexible benefits, no? Because under the new normal, no, maraming mga benefits kayo ngayon na if a large chunk of your people now are working from home, please rationalize your uniform allowance, no? Okay. If you are substantially reporting from home, please rationalize your rice allowance, no? Okay. And probably some other benefits that are typically, you know, part and parcel of a normal workplace. Okay? So, sinasabi ito ngayon ng maraming compensation experts, no? Hindi lang transitioning to flex pen, kung hindi rapid, no? Make it fast. Okay. Okay. Another is dramatic shift in pay mix, where health and well-being benefits will be the front runners of increasing ratio of benefits versus base salary. Kaya nga umpisahan nyo ng tingnan. No? Kanina I show you, no? Actual cost of annual premium for HMO, 18,000, 15,000. Baka hindi na ganun ngayon ang cost na ilalagay mo dyan. No? And then start screening health providers that are more proactive, no? Sa kanilang HMO plans. Okay. Now, the last, of course, but not the least, the government being more aggressive in digitalizing statutory benefits and providing robust technology and infrastructures as measures in replacing traditional and manual mechanism of administration, SSS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, no? So, isa ito sa mga dramatic forecast, no, ng mga experts or probably even professional organizations that will really put pressures on the government, no? Particularly itong mga statutory, no, of statutory concerns, okay, to be aggressive, to be more aggressive, no? Dahil hanggang ngayon talaga ang mga tao pumipila, wasting their time, no? Kumbaga sinusubo nila yung sarili nila sa yung kanilang vulnerability to the virus, no? Which is very dangerous. So these are some of mga dramatic shifts in compensation, no, under the evolving new normal. So with this, I would like to end my presentation.
All right.
And I would like to ask from our friends if there are questions.
Okay. Sir Bobby, we have already answered several questions way ahead while you were presenting earlier, because those were about how data is being segmentized and how do we process our data as well. There's only two questions that I think 2 to 3 questions that we can still entertain as of the moment. One is, in the analysis of comparison recently presented, what if the benefits and perks are not entirely covered by the company? Let's say the employee covers 40% of the annual premium for the HMO. Is it correct that the amount that will be indicated in the annual cost will only be 60% as it is the coverage of the company?
Yes. And that is your benefit cost.
All right. For the second question, sir, on internal promotion, I'm not so sure if this is done in the during the pandemic or what is the standard promotion increase?
Okay. Okay. So before we even talk about the increase, let's talk about the common practice, no, in doing promotion nowadays, no. Okay. They refer to this as a best practice of implementing promotion, where when you identify a promotable employee, okay, you don't automatically promote, no? So you give maximum of 6 months, again, to put the employee under probationary for the new position, okay? So there is the practice. You know, in my previous company, we call that putting the employee on a developmental assignment, okay, no? So why we have to put an employee under probationary? While there are manifestations of potentials, no? Okay. It remains to be seen if the employee will really perform at par in terms of performing the new job. Because maraming mga nangyayari, pinopromote agad, no? Binibigyan agad ng increase only to find out later, for them to know later on na yung empleyado ay hindi kaya. Okay. Pagkatapos noon, yung position niya,
Bakit may magsasalita ako?
nilagyan mo na, no? Naglagay ka na ng replacement. Okay. Hindi mo na rin maurong. So to be safe, many companies now are implementing putting the employee in a probationary. Okay. So you wait until 6 months kung talagang, maybe 3 to 6 months, no? Okay. Kung talagang hinug na. Okay. Yung iba naman, ang ginagawa, kung talagang they are very certain, they are very sure, no? The empleyado talagang qualified. No need to go through that process, no? Okay. Now, in terms of magkano, okay, it's typically number one, no? 10 to 15%. Pangalawa, you look at the market median for the new job, no? Pangatlo, if you have a salary structure in place, when I say salary structure in place, updated, ha? Hindi yung obsolete na salary structure. And then another way of doing that is, ibibigay mo yung minimum ng new job grade, no? Okay. So tingnan mo lahat yon. Tingnan mo lahat yon. Okay. Minimum ng new job grade. Okay. Median ng market. And then 10 to 15. Okay. Parang gagawa ka ng salary analysis, eh, no? Okay. You put all the information together, and from there, try to make a recommendation. What do you think is the best, no? Recommendation na pwede mong ibigay sa promotion? Because you cannot unilaterally say na minimum ng salary structure. Sabi ko nga, what if the structure is obsolete? No? Now, what if the minimum is lower than the salary of the employee? Okay. So hindi pwede. Pangalawa, salary market. What is the median? What if kung ang taas-taas naman ng median, no? That will create inequity in your structure. Okay. Kaya meron ding rule of thumb na 10 to 15%. So you do an analysis, no? Okay? And then try to make a recommendation kung ano ang mas appropriate na i-implement for that employee. Okay. Yes, Sarah.
Okay. Sir, one last question before we show the Mentimeter. How about pay for performance policy on rewarding employees?
Yeah. Pay for performance. Okay. When you talk about pay for performance, every year, yung mga kumpanya nag-i-implement nung salary review program. Ito yung example na binigay ko kanina, no? It has to be reckoned basically sa ating budget. Okay. Pero ang hindi ko na i-discuss kanina, okay, when you talk about pay for performance, no? Okay, the principle of meritocracy, no? When you talk about pay for performance, talagang ina-identify natin who are the best performers in your organization. Itong mga best performers na ito, talagang, sa ating pay philosophy, nakalaan sa kanila ang 50th percentile ng median. Pay for performance. No? Okay. Pay for performance also means median of the salary market. That's one, from a compensation perspective. Number two, when you talk about pay for performance, okay, it is not just the performance that we have to consider. You know, we also have to look at the developmental potential of the employees. So, part and parcel of your pay for performance, ito bang tao na ito ay may nakaabang na developmental plan, no? Okay. Incorporated in the developmental plan yung kanyang succession plan, no? Okay. At number three, you know, because, you know, developmental interventions are also an issue of cost, no? Okay. What are the developmental interventions that this employee must complete, must undergo in order for him or her to be qualified, no? Doon sa nakaabang na kaniyang developmental or succession plan. So when you talk about pay for performance, it's not just money, no? It is also number two, the developmental plan. And then of course, when you talk about developmental plan, yung mga trainings na specific and peculiar sa kanya. And then number three, no? Kailan siya gagalaw sa organization. No? Because when you talk about pay for performance, you're exactly talking about people na talagang mga outstanding performers. So we just don't plan money for them. We just don't plan money for them. We also plan their career in the organization. Okay. Yes, Sarah.
Okay, sir. I think we've exhausted all the questions and we answer
We're
all
almost 12, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Sir, can you stop sharing?
Okay.
Because we'll be showing the Mentimeter, and may we request our audience to go into this link. Okay, while we wait for the Mentimeter link to be flashed on screen. There are just two questions that we need answers from our audience. Okay. Kindly go to www.menti.com and use the code 2722-1046. The first question is, do you use data benchmarking in developing your salary structure?
Okay.
Okay, we see answers now from our audience. Some are not using data benchmarking and developing their salary structure. Some also are using data benchmarking. All right, the numbers, yun. Okay. Okay, we'll wait a little bit more. Ayan, medyo equal. Ayun, sir, we got equal responses. Okay, for second question, can we flash it? Okay, the second question is, do you consider using a compensation and benefit survey report this year? Okay. So for this one, the PMAP Center for Research and Publication would really help you in coming up with survey report that considers the current context, the pandemic, because we believe that a lot of salary and benefits, the landscape for salary and benefits, there's a great change on that one. Okay. 10 respondents are not sure yet as of the moment, but we already have 20 responses telling us that they will consider using a compensation and benefits survey report this year. So that also has an implication on how we will proceed with our study this year. So thank you so much, everyone, for participating. And for those who would really like to get a copy, a sample report on how we present the data, we will be glad to share it with you using the email addresses that you sent to us. So if you have questions, please feel free to get in touch with us. You can send us an email using elizaclaire.loreno@pmap.org.ph, or you may email me at sarah with an h.niguas@pmap.org.ph. So thank you so much again, and we hope to have your participation in the current study that we are undertaking. Thank you po. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Bobby.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.
Oh, if you have comments as well, you can use the link that we have for the evaluation and send us your feedback. Thank you so much.
Much awaited, most coveted PMAP Awards is back. Today, we are opening the annual search for the Employer of the Year, People Manager of the Year, People Program of the Year, and the PMAP Gawad Makatao. The PMAP Awards are conferred to exceptional and purpose-driven organizations, outstanding individual practitioners, and innovative people programs that have achieved excellence and distinction in people management. The Gawad Makatao is awarded awarded to an individual who has made an exemplary service to humanity and who excels in the delivery of civic duties. The awards recognizes organizational philosophies, practices, programs, leaders, and individuals that enable growth in people and operate with a sense of purpose for the organization, stakeholders, partners, customers, and the society at large. On its 44th year, the awards continue to be values-driven, principles-led, evidence-based, innovation-enabled, and outputs-oriented. The question for you is, do you have what it takes to be a PMAP awardee? Cast your nominations now. 2021 PMAP Awards Digital, promoting people-first practices in the midst of a pandemic. For more information, connect with Kat Geronimo Awards at pmap.org.ph, katgeronimo.pmap@gmail.com, 0917-307-7432. Submission of data forms close on March 30, 2021. I know you know. You've seen it, experienced it, affected by it. Of course, it's hard. But this is an invitation to change it, to bounce back, to feel the inspiration. Masyado ka nang apektado para tumigil pa. Ngayon, oras na para sa mas mataas na antas ng pagbabalik at pagbabago. The hashtag business better than usual. Oo naman, aangat ka, aangat tayo. Buong Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, kaisa sa pagbangon at pagbabago. The 58th PMAP Annual Conference, Angat, leading people to higher ground. Be the soul of change. Be the driver of encouragement. Be the fuel of moving forward. Angat, leading people to higher ground. The 58th PMAP Annual Conference. Dahil mas personal na ang trabaho ngayon. From the Rotary Club of Manila and RC Manila Foundation, People Management Association of the Philippines, Department of Labor and Employment, comes the annual search for the outstanding workers of the Republic. The Tower Awards is conferred to non-supervisory employees for their exceptional, original, and significant innovations in the workplace. Kilala mo na kung sino? Ibida ang iyong katrabaho. Nominations are now open. The Outstanding Workers of the Republic Awards para sa mga organisasyong nagtataguyod ng dangal ng trabaho, pagpupugay sa galing ng manggagawang Pilipino. The Outstanding Workers of the Republic Awards, promoting the dignity of labor amid the pandemic. For more information, connect with Kat Geronimo Awards at pmap.org.ph, katgeronimo.pmap@gmail.com, 0917-307-7432, or Ana Kun Toledo, Manila Rotary Club @gmail.com, 0917-577-4958. Submission of nominations and requirements is extended to March 26, 2021.
Hello everyone, my name is Joanne. I'm the Managing Director of LHH Philippines and one of the Board of Trustees of the People Management Association of the Philippines. I'm here because I'm inviting you all to our third episode of the People Manager on Cam, happening on March 26, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. For this episode, we have 4 exciting topics again. For People Watch, we will meet the Council of the Presidential Advisors who will share with us their experience and wisdom for innovation. And for Must, we have a guest who will discuss with us sustainable recovery in the Philippines. For Anticipate This, I am so excited to have Microsoft Philippines who will share with us technological innovations that support a post-pandemic workplace. And looking forward to meeting our HR plantitas who will share with us tips in growing plants and crops at home in our Perk Your Heart segment. See you all on March 26, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. for our third episode. See you all there. Bye.